Well, today, 146 in our journey through the Word, and some hard words for me today in the end of our reading out of Psalms 127. But before I get there, I just want to go back to Genesis 5:5. God's promise. We read this, and I guess I should have looked at the day, but we looked at this reading months ago, very, very early on as we started our journey through the Word. And it was God's promise to Abraham, where he said, look into the sky and count the stars if you can. That's how many descendants you will have. A promise Abraham counted faithful to God, but he never saw. And hundreds of years later, here we are in today's reading where God's promise is fulfilled and continues to be fulfilled today. But in our reading today in 1 Kings 4:20, it says, the people of Judah and Israel were as numerous as the sands of the sea. You can't count the stars. You can't count the individual grains of sand. God's promise fulfilled. The promise to the one, Abraham, he didn't see what Solomon saw today. Don't ever give up on God's promise to you. He is faithful. There's not one promise, one word from the mouth of God that has not been 100% true. Out of 127 today, there are two words that are in my something new. The word useless, except under the circumstance that, except under the condition that. And the word useless, of no use, not serving the purpose or any purpose, not serving any purpose. Futile. In 127, in the first two verses, as I've worked very long days in the last couple of days, it says, unless the Lord does it, it is useless, except under the circumstance that the Lord is in it. It is of no use. And after long days of work, 127, verse 2, to me today said, it is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night. For God, but it goes on, and here's my promise, because I know those days are going to come. They'll come for you, they come for me. Or there'll be long days. Praise the Lord, not every day is as long as the last two in my life. Am I complaining? Absolutely not. I'm working the job God has called me to. And God has been faithful to me in this job. And so I know in His calling there will be days that will be long days. But at the end of 127:2, God's promise to me and God's promise to you is, for God gives rest to His loved ones. God will give me rest in the days ahead. God will give you rest as well. He promises it. He promised Abraham, you can't count the stars, and yet we saw a promise fulfilled. God promises you, God promises me, He will give us rest to the ones that he loves. I hope you have a great day and cling to his promises, for he is faithful and he is just, and his promises will always, always be counted as true. God bless you and have a great, great day.